The void of data. Why information is killing your intuition. Have you managed to imprint into every atom of your body and your soul everything you have heard, everything you have touched, everything you have seen, everything you have tasted, and everything you have smelled? Are you wisely using everything you have learned from the moment you were born until now? If your mind feels like an overheated hard drive, filled with files you never open that consume all your peace, you have reached the breaking point. Before we reveal how the excess of data is blinding your spiritual vision, comment intuition now to awaken your internal compass. Like this video so this truth perfumes the algorithm. Share it with those lost in PDFs and tutorials, and subscribe to reclaim your mental sovereignty. Here, at Knowledge and Wisdom, we do not manage information. We liberate your consciousness from the tyranny of data. You were trained to believe that knowing more is the same as being better. The system convinced you that if you have enough data about health, finances, and the future, you will have control. But look at your chest as it out your piece. The truth is that the system has replaced your intuition, which is the direct and instant wisdom of the soul, with a slow and bureaucratic knowledge management process. You search Google for answers to questions that your body has already answered through a shiver on your skin or a tightening in your stomach. You traded your divine instinct for a knowledge of computer state that does not know the flavor of life, only the code of fear. Information is the noise. Wisdom is the silence. Why do you feel more confused the more you study? Because knowledge without experience is just dead weight. Modern search trends show people looking for wisdom nuggets or knowledge quizzes, turning the soul's journey into a fast food snack of trivial facts. But wisdom is not a nugget. It is the banquet you can only access when you stop chewing on others' data. The system wants you to be a walking encyclopedia, but a human being void of presence. A knowledge graph can connect facts, but only wisdom can connect hearts. Observe the architecture of your digital prison. They created the concept of smart clouds and constant updates so that you feel your knowledge is always obsolete. This generates a frantic race where you consume information just to avoid falling behind. But you end up forgetting where you were going. Intuition is your ability to navigate without a map, but you are so addicted to the external GPS that you have lost the sensitivity of your own feet. Wisdom teaches that you already possess the master software. Modern knowledge is merely a virus trying to rewrite your autonomy. The waste of an entire lifetime occurs when you believe that the next newsletter or the next course will be the missing key. Nothing is missing. What exists is an excess of trash covering your internal jewel. In wisdom time, the quality of your perception is worth more than the quantity of your information. The narcissism of the system lies in telling you that you are incomplete without its data. But wisdom reveals that you are the universe in the form of unrestricted knowledge birthright. Why the silence? Because in the silence, the voice of intuition begins to speak, and it demands changes that your safe knowledge is afraid to face. The system prefers that you search for wisdom in folklore or distant myths, instead of listening to the myth being written by your own biology right now. Using knowledge and wisdom sovereignly means filtering what enters your senses. If information does not translate into peace or clarity of action, it is merely psychic pollution. Your mind is failing because it has become a storehouse for others' voices. You quote authors, follow gurus, and organize folders, but you don't know what your soul desires for dinner. Intuition is the whisper of the divine in your atoms, but the scream of data is louder. Mental sovereignty begins when you decide you don't need to know everything to be everything. Wisdom is the detachment from the need to be right, focusing only on the need to be alive. Do not reach the end of the road as the most informed man or woman in the graveyard. Use your senses to imprint reality, not just to process data. Feel the wind, hear what is left, and set in conversations, and trust the first spark of clarity that arises before your intellect begins to doubt. Knowledge names the flower, wisdom smells the fragrance. Which of the two do you prefer to take into eternity? Reclaim the throne of your perception. Let the data fall like dry leaves, and let the trunk of your intuition grow strong. Wisdom is what remains when you turn off the light of the monitor and turn on the light of consciousness. The void of data is not a danger. It is the space where your true voice can finally be heard. It is time to stop managing knowledge and start living wisdom. If this frequency resonated within you, you have taken the first step out of the data matrix. Comment now to seal your presence. Share this awakening with those drowning in useless information. Subscribe to Knowledge and Wisdom to continue deprogramming your future and inhabiting your now. The truth is not in the cloud. It is in you. Be sovereign. BY.